We're also looking at interdisciplinary programs where we looked at blending skills for multiple fields, where industry can become more interdisciplinary, where micro-credentials may evolve to offer cross-disciplinary programs that can blend skills from multiple fields and prepare learners to roles that will require a combination of such expertise. And eventually, we also looked at the micro-credentials for soft skills, where we look at the leadership, communication, and emotional intelligence, where at this point are also valued, are not also, but valued by different organizations all over the world. So we look at beyond skills. We also look at experiential learning, where we looked at micro-credentials as some sort of internship, apprenticeship, or project-based work. We looked at evolving assessment methods, where we look at authentic assessments. We look at simulations or real-world projects. Micro-credentials can also be tied up with blockchain and digital credentialing. It means verifying and sharing with employers and educational institutions. I believe you're more or less familiar with the word blockchain technology. Global collaboration is another aspect of strategy when you look at micro-credentials. We look at the cross-cultural learning. Global standardization and recognition is also a unique preposition for micro-credentials program, where governments, industry associations, and educational institutions provide standards. And from these standards, you offer value. Your certificates would be based on your training program. The contents of the course contents will form part of the standards or aligns with the existing standards of the government and other international organizations. And then we also definitely need to look at quality assurance and accreditation. So all courses to be able to say, these are worth it. These are worth a micro-credentials. These are worth a degree. You need to look at seeking accreditation from bodies to ensure high-quality education standards. Integration with traditional education, customization, shorter, more focused programs, AI enhanced, interdisciplinary program, micro-credentials for soft skills, a method of making sure that everything would be experiential, making sure that the assessment methods will be evolving, engaging in blockchain technology or digital credentialing, enhancing global collaboration, making sure that the standards are met, government as well as industry associations, even educational institutions, and finally, again, quality assurance and accreditation. If you ask me, you can actually use micro-credentials in two ways, either by way of a graduate program. In some countries, to be more specific, Indonesia, micro-credentials very popular, undergraduate degrees. So it's like getting an OJT. Instead of the usual OJT, you will only spend around 20 hours or 30 hours. You will actually be in part of the organization for about 2 years. And thereafter, I'm not saying that you'll be part of the organization on a full-time basis, but rather you're still part of your school, you're still studying, but half of your day or a number of hours are allocated to organization. Eventually, you become part of the organization afterwards. So what we're doing is, this is the so-called example, a perfect example of the industry education collaboration, where the industry provides the requirements. Okay, I need engineers. You go to the university and you ask them, these are the so-called competencies that are needed insofar as my organization is concerned. So this system will enable the university to identify which subjects will programs should be aligned, so that at the end of the day, the university need not look for alternatives like where would my graduates be employed after their life, academic life. So making sure that the micro-credentials program takes place. So your industry provides the contents, the requirements. The university takes charge of the recruitment of students who will form part of the industry on an OJT arrangement, and then eventually after several years or after being trained both academically from the university and the practical side of education from the industry. So these are examples again of micro-credentials and how we future-proof, making sure that our micro-credentials program would not be form part of the so-called history, will form part of the future of learning. So that's again, thank you everyone. That's future-proofing micro-credentials.